up, Aquarius? Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Welcome to your tarot reading here at the Intuitive Teacup. I'm happy to have you all. Happy Gemini season. Happy June. I can't believe it's June already. Let's see. So Gemini for my Aquarius risings, and symbolically a lot of my Aquarians. Gemini is illuminating your fifth house of creativity, pleasure, hobbies, things you do for fun, things you do to shine your light, your individuality. It also has a lot to do with dating and sex, I suppose. Your children, maybe possibly spending more time with your children. So let's see what's coming through for my Aquarian gang. Let's set the intention now. Let's get Aquarius, anyone out there watching, some clear, helpful, and insightful messages for wherever they are at currently on their spiritual path. All right, let's do it. Aquarius, what's coming in for you? Tell me about Gemini season. Tell me about June. Hierophant in reverse. Did that go? Yeah, that did kind of come out the way it was supposed to, I think. This is getting yourself out of someone who you feel is an authoritarian, getting yourself out of a relationship with a person who's an authoritarian in your life. They're bossing you around. They're telling you what to do, and you are not having it. You are not having it. Like, you kind of want to wring this person's neck. This is getting out of a commitment. Maybe a marriage. It doesn't have to be, but frequently the Hierophant, it's Taurian energy. It's something that it's locked in. It's solid ground. It's earth. Like, there's no breaking away. It's a fixed sign, much like you. And I see you kind of having, if it's not getting out of a commitment, it is a crumbling of something that this person thought was rock solid, and you guys are needing to find a better common ground or to work through some sort of issue that has more flexibility, because people are both very strong-headed here, strong-willed. But yeah, I mean, ultimately, I think it's getting out of some sort of formal commitment. Or, you know, if you were dating someone for a few weeks, it's almost like you start to realize they're a little bit crazy and you're like, oh, I got to get out of here. Like, for some of you, that's coming through. It's bringing up issues surrounding something about a father figure, too. I don't know if you didn't have a father figure growing up, or this is bringing up memories of... and I don't know which way to take this. I don't know if this has to do with you had a controlling father and it's bringing up sort of traumatic issues that, you know, you have kind of emotional memory of in terms of feeling overpowered or not being heard, not having a voice in some sort of problem or dilemma. But for others of you, it's the opposite. If you were very close with your father, especially if your father is no longer around, there's something here of like, they wouldn't approve of, I hate to say it, it's like they wouldn't approve of this dude or whoever this is. Even if it's your boss, it's almost like you can feel your father's wisdom, even if your father isn't around anymore. Again, if you had a close kind of friendship-like connection with your father and, you know, they gave you, you know, sage advice, sound guidance, it's like in order to deal with the situation, the epiphany you have, it's almost, I don't know why I'm getting this. It's like, what would dad do? Or what would dad tell me, you know? It's like, you know, you're not going to be steamrolled by your boss. Absolutely not. You know, you knock on that door and you give him a piece of your mind. Like, it's that type of like... Yeah, you're getting yourself out of a situation with someone who you guys just aren't seeing eye to eye, and it's not healthy anymore. It's inciting a lot of anger, and I think you're losing sleep over it. And like you don't need that pent up energy in your body. It's like we got to release it, and some of you're physically releasing this connection. It's like I don't want to be here anymore. Yeah, there you go. 5 of Pentacles to the 10 of Swords. Yeah. There's something kind of trickstery or icky or clingy maybe about this person. They may have trouble accepting the truth and not wanting to let you go. I don't get this often, Aquarius, and I do take this being a tarot reader with responsibility. I don't want to just put blanket statements out there and not have any real context for them, and just, you know what I mean? So I acknowledge that this could be a scary message, but I don't purposely do fear-based readings. Here's what I'm getting at. I do sort of get a small idea here that you might be dealing with someone who maybe isn't totally in touch with reality, and there's an idea of them not wanting to let you go. And what I'm getting at is in a certain capacity, that could be dangerous if you're dealing with someone who's a little bit of a stalker or a little bit of a I won't take no for an answer because your answer is clearly no here. So if you're watching this because you don't know where your relationship is headed and you're kind of sensing and feeling like you want to end something, but you're dealing with someone who maybe won't be happy about that, I guess I just want to underscore that I think your intuition is correct. And so I would say just make sure you're putting yourself in a safe position where, don't connect with this person on social media, or, anything that could kind of trip you up in regards to needing to make a clean break from something. If it's an energy that with this, there's something about it, might be a Cancer, but it doesn't have to be, but there's something very clingy. It doesn't want to let you go, and you staying is clearly not a good thing here. So again, this is not to incite fear or provoke fear. That's not ultimately what I'm trying to do here, but forewarned is forearmed. So do your best to make a clean break from this, and be safe, be aware that not everybody deals with an ending or a split in the same way you do. And so, you need to safety proof yourself and your life a little bit. And again, that is a message that I'm trying to give you in terms of like empowering yourself, safeguarding yourself versus leaning into the, oh my God, what am I going to do? That's so not what this message is about. So anyway, I just had to relay that because I do sort of get this. There's just something about this person doesn't want to let you go. And for a lot of you, maybe it's not as severe as it's being relayed. I'm using kind of a macabre deck, so I do need to take that into consideration. I love this deck, though. I think it gives great messages. Others of you, it might just be this idea of the memory of you is still very much in this person's mind. They even if the relationship has ended and went through tough times, they're still hoping to revisit the past with you. And I don't know. I don't see you being sentimental or nostalgic. Again, there's something here, something really beautiful about like an angel guide, someone who is no longer here on Earth in the 3D realm that you connect with in a spiritual sense. It's like you feel like they're your guardian angel or they watch over you. You're getting validation through signs and symbols and synchronicities that this person is watching over you and that you are safe. This person is sort of, again, guardian angel type vibes, like you're safe, you're fine. But it is important to recognize what you're feeling and operate on that level. Honor what it is that you need. Don't self-sacrifice in order to be too giving or people-pleasing or catering to an energy that, to be honest, guys, you'll know if this is your message because I don't see any desire for you to stay in this. I don't see you being half-hearted or on the fence. This is very much like, no. Like the warning signs are there, like, I need to go. So honor that. I think you need to do that. The only thing missing here really is the wands. So the action, like actually taking action to remove yourself from something that it's taking a toll on your health, your mental health, again, losing sleep over it. This is very likely a workplace scenario for some of you too, right? I would also say, okay, here's something else coming through. There is some sort of weird situation here where, in metaphor, the idea of they don't want to let you go. If it's a workplace scenario, they may hold something over your head. Like you may have signed into a contract and agreed to do X amount of this, or, produce this finished piece. And so there may be a breach of contract for some of you that you're worried about the financial implications. Are they going to take me to court because I committed to this and now I'm trying to get out of the commitment? Again, I don't know the finer details. You need to use your own best judgment in regards to how to move forward from this. But ultimately, that's telling you even more about this person or this job or this entity if they are sort of holding you to unrealistic standards, right? If you're saying, hey, like, my health is suffering, like, I can't stay here, like, it's not a good fit. I don't think we're working well together. They may throw some legal jargon at you. I don't know if they're actually going to try and take you to court, but there is something here about the universe saying you're protected though. Like, I feel kind of, this is a heavy message and I don't know how I feel about relaying it, but I am almost wanting to say, like, this is going to work out in your favor as long as you're honoring what is best for you. And, you're not trying to hurt anyone else in the process, but removing yourself from a toxic or dangerous situation, your guardian angels are going to make sure that this works out in your benefit. So, gosh, this is a heavy one, Aquarius. I don't know what is going on here. Oh yeah. You got to go. You got to go. Ace of Swords is all about new blessings coming in, but with this Ace of Swords, it's like putting the final judgment on something. Again, cutting yourself loose from something that is dangerous and really putting you through the ringer mentally. It just feels like it's really draining. It's really taxing on you. Maybe you're with a person who's kind of a bullying energy, and it makes you question your self-worth. It's funny. This card showed itself when I pulled the deck, and I was like, "Ooh, all right, this might be an interesting message." But yeah, this is like cutting yourself loose, cutting off ties, and moving on. And I think you need to be really aware of. I'm hearing consequence of action, but hang with me. Because this is about you not taking more than your share of the problems that may arise from the situation. There are going to be not repercussions, though they're going to throw that term at you. Ultimately, things are going to arise because of your decision to leave this person or this job, but you need to only take responsibility for you and your life. And again, not do this like, I'm hearing collateral damage. I'm hearing all these words. Not try and make it okay for this person or these people about how to deal with the news that you're leaving, because I do sense that there's almost a mothering nature to you right now where you're trying to make it okay for everyone involved, and ultimately you leaving or taking some sort of drastic action, they're not going to be happy about it, and that's not your problem. That's really important. Is you don't need to clean up the mess or pick up the pieces for this person because they can't get their life together without you, or again, they're throwing ultimatums at you, or something about, well, we created this role for you. How can you leave? Like, we don't have anyone to fill in for you. Like, again, they're like manipulating you. They're throwing heavy consequence your way. And the universe, to me, it's like they're throwing their hands up like, that's not your problem anymore. So don't make it your problem. There isn't a cold-heartedness to you about this. I want to be very clear. This is like a survival. This is like every man for himself. And for you, it's something, I'm sort of getting like abandoned ship. This ship is sinking, and it's like you have a lifeboat available to you, and it's like, why are you thinking it? Get on the lifeboat. And you have people coming at you like, well, that's not fair, and this and that, and again, it's like, hey, I'm sorry, I got to do what's right for me. I wish you the best, but it's very much like, peace, I'm out, and do not second guess it. Do not question it. Yeah, you're being led elsewhere, because something about this is putting you in the position of being like symbolically, like the broken wing. It's like a bird that needs to be nursed back to health. And unfortunately, whoever is involved in the situation, they are not your savior. They are not your rescuer. They have no capacity to help heal from this. So you need to remove yourself from the situation in order to go in an environment that would be more restful and healing. Maybe some of you are moving back in with your family. Maybe you're going to spend more time with your friends if that relationship has been put on the back burner. If this is at work, maybe, you're not going to work for a bit. Maybe your husband or wife is going to step up and be the breadwinner for a few months while you this just feels like recuperation and recovery. Maybe some of you were involved in a relationship where there was substance abuse, and maybe you got kind of wrapped into that, and you're having this moment of clarity of like, my life is headed down the tubes or down the tunnel, and like, it's like a rescue yourself type thing. Trust that the universe has a plan for you. Trust that there is a safety net if you feel like you're slipping and falling. But again, the thing here is remove yourself from it. You need to walk away from it. It might be draining on your taxes. I don't know why that came through, but maybe you're splitting a property or a rental, and it's like, it's insane amounts of money. I don't know. Something about this may be draining on your taxes, your income, your money. Others of you with these two, your health. What is your body telling you? What are the signs that your body is sending to you that you've been either ignoring or disregarding or hoping it gets better? Something can't be ignored anymore, and you have the chance to get yourself out before it becomes worse. I'm so sorry. Like, I get why this is not a comfortable reading, because it does feel fear based. And for those of you who are new, I'm sorry. Like, you're gonna have to get to know my style of readings better. But for my OG Aquarian followers, you guys know I don't do fear based readings. That's not what this is about. But I do pride myself on being a tarot reader who wants to like inspire and empower you and create necessary changes in your life when you're questioning it, or you're at a crossroads and you don't know what to do. So I'm not saying this scenario needs to be scary or abusive or any of those things that we're like, oh my God, I'm fearful of this now. But I do think it's worth considering and asking, like, what situation are you in that just isn't healthy anymore? Where have you outgrown it, but maybe you've been resisting or denying it because, I don't know, change is scary. Or again, that it tugs at your heartstrings, because for some of you, there's a person involved here that you do care about. And by you leaving or removing yourself, you do sort of wonder, oh, like, am I screwing them over? Like, because that's not what I want to do. But it's not about that. This is a lesson of being a little bit more self-focused and understanding, like, there's been times that you've been going through, a shitstorm and no one reached out to save you or to make sure that it was going to be okay for you, right? So that's what this is. It's like, don't deny this person the gift of responsibility and maturity and needing to figure out their own life for themselves, because you can't do that for them anymore. The universe is like, that's it. Case closed. The bottom of the deck. I love it. Thank you. High Priestess. High Priestess says, trust your damn intuition. Stop ignoring it. Stop ignoring the signs. Listen to your body. It's Cancerian energy. It's ruled by the moon. It's very intuitive. Something about this may reach a culmination at the next full moon. I believe the next full moon is in Capricorn, perhaps. We just had one in Sagittarius too, so maybe that started to illuminate something. Yeah. I wanted to say, like, danger, Will Robinson. Like, that's being relayed to me with humor, though. So anyway, yeah. All right. Trust your intuition. Things will work out. Don't be scared to not move forward with something because you don't know exactly where this road is leading you. The more information will present itself when it's time, but it's like you sort of are being asked to take action and take the first step without necessarily knowing the final outcome or all the answers yet. Because it's showing the universe that you value yourself, that you do trust your intuition and honor the messages that come through, relayed to you in a more spiritual sense, right? A lot of you're divinely protected. You got guardian angels around you, for sure. All right, for Aquarius, this Venus, I love it. This is a message from the Alchemy Guidebook, the Wild Unknown Alchemy deck by Kim Kranz. This has been a cool deck. I have to say, it's been sitting on my shelf for a while, and I didn't realize how much I would love it. It's unique, it's different, but yeah, I'm here for it. So let's see if this will speak to any of my Aquarians out there. Venus, pleasure, eros, and beauty. With the arrival of Venus, the senses open as if for the first time. It is the planet of pleasure and touch and sensual delights. Venus is often depicted as romance or eroticism between people, but it can also be experienced as an all-out love affair with Mother Nature herself. Aphrodite, emerging from the ocean, is a classic example of Venus imagery, as is Cupid with his bow. No matter how old or jaded you are, when this card appears, it is a sign that attraction is at an all-time high. The laboratory is alight with love. You may be in love with work, with the materials, with another person, or with the world itself. Seeing beauty in small moments is a sign that Venus is in balance. Interesting. Check in with yourself there. I'm going to read that again. Seeing beauty in small moments is a sign that Venus is in balance. An obligatory reminder that pleasure and pain are usually found intertwined. Interesting. I also think this is speaking to hope about future connections. This is not the end-all be-all. I think a door is opening in your life and it's full of Venus. So if you're not experiencing those things we just talked about, trust that door is opening for a reason and walk through. There also might be a guardian angel that has strong Venus energy. Yes, love, connection, harmony, balance, but like Libra, Taurus stuff, that may speak to you guys in terms of like a parent, an aunt, a friend, again, something from a spiritual messenger of sorts. All right, Aquarius, that's what I got for you this week. This was a heavy one for sure, but I do hope it helped some of you or spoke to you. Please like the video. If you're not already, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next week for more tarot. Thanks so much for being here. Bye, Aquarius.